Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I hope you had a good day. I had a really good day. I was thinking today that I'd like to talk to you something about, well, it's something that we all need to think about. And it's kind of a, I don't know, genetics. It's who we are at our base core level, family. Now, I know a lot of people think, oh, well, I'm super healthy, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I'm this. But a lot of it actually depends on just your genetic makeup too. A lot of people are predisposed to certain things. Now, I myself, um, my father and his father before him, and I mean, I don't even know about farther back. I'm sure there's people in my family that have done family trees that go quite back quite a ways. Um, but even so, you get to a certain line where, like, medical records are not all that well documented. So, I mean, you might know about the person, but you might not know uh, the extent of illnesses or ailments and stuff like that. But I know my grandfather died of heart disease. My father did as well. And, well, that kind of puts me in line as well. And being a large person, it's the real deal. And there's a lot of other things. My mother had circulatory problems. I remember as a kid her having a vein that they had to actually replace in her neck. And the thing that stuck out the most on my, because I was a little kid, and I remember the doctor. He was such a he came in, and I remember that my mother had a vein taken from her leg and placed up in her neck, and they had this huge bandage on it. And he was checking it, and he's like, "Yeah, it should be healed by now." And while we were all just standing there, he just rips the bandage off. And it was, a bandage like this big adhered to the whole, just rips it. And I remember my mom crying out in pain. And he was like, "Oh, you'll be okay. It's better to take things off that fast." And when you're a kid, that, like, you're like, "Whoa, you know." So, um, yeah, that's pretty bad. But on my mom's side, there are issues as well. So, my dad also had cholesterol problems and blood pressure problems. Um, I do have blood pressure problems. I feel that most of them are more linked to my weight condition. But like I said, I'm working on that, and hopefully with medicines and stuff like that, and exercise and changing my diet, that it's something that could be a non-issue, because things like that could also lead to other things, complications like diabetes and well, you know, death. But that's not something. I mean, the it's things that are manageable. But in order for them to be manageable, people have to go get diagnosed that they have a problem. You have to realize that the issue exists. And I think too many people nowadays kind of brush it to the side. I feel fine. I feel this, or I feel, yeah, occasionally this happens, or occasionally, whatever. It's not a big deal. It is. It is. And you're getting to be a certain age at 40 that you have to start looking at those issues and have to realize that, hey, I've got to take care of this, or I, at the very least, have to get it taken into consideration by a doctor so that they can say, oh no, it's fine, or let's get some tests run. And I know that that can be scary. There's, I mean, I have to admit, I didn't want to go to the doctor because um, my my degenerative spine disease, it's it's hereditary. And to be honest with you, I knew it was coming at some day. I I felt that if I didn't get it diagnosed, I mean, as stupid as it sounds now to say it, I felt that if I didn't get it diagnosed, then maybe it wouldn't be for real. Like, maybe you just got a sore back or this or that. And in truth, I've had back trauma before. I mean, I've broken my back in three places. And what's funny is you can break your back and not be immobilized, not be. Um, I was young. I was stupid. I didn't know what I did. I was out. I actually couldn't walk for a week, but I was stupid, and I was just like, well, I'm just not going to go to work this week. I'll call in sick. I didn't know I broke my back. I just thought I pulled some bad muscles and pinched something, and I pushed through it. And I suppose my body did the only thing it could do was to tense up to the point where it locked to prevent further damage, and then just those parts of my back fused over time. But now and so I used to count a lot of that. I was, oh, my back is just acting up now. My back is acting up. Well, then many years ago, I went to a chiropractor, and he's like, well, hey, when did you break your back? I didn't break my back. Oh, no, you broke your back. So it was news to me then. So, um, I suppose I've always used that as a, oh yeah, my back is acting up. That's the reason why it hurts right now. Or yeah, and there was legitimate pain there. But as it turns out, although yes, it was part of it, there was more, a lot more that I didn't realize. And I went through unnecessary suffering because I didn't want to admit something. I caused myself more damage because I didn't want to accept my condition. And I would like to discourage all of y'all from following that path. It's worth it to know what's going on inside of you. Even if you don't really want to know, it's worth it because it could prevent it from getting worse. And it doesn't mean it's going to fix it, but it could prevent it from being so much worse. I have regret that I was a stupid guy and was like, oh, I'm tough, whatever. I'm fine. I don't need to, I'll just stay in bed for, and crawl to the bathroom, which I did. And everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. It just hurts. I just, you know, pinched my back really bad or sore or whatever. I made a mistake. I was stupid. And I don't know if that I don't know if I would have gone then, things that have changed anything now, but I know that it could have helped. I could have maybe gotten some relief for then. Um, I was in my 20s when that happened, so, you know, I don't know if the degenerative spine would have even shown anything by then. But now, at just over 40, I guess it's time to pay the piper. The time for ignoring such things is here. For not ignoring such things is here. And I think that my lesson I'm learning, I'm hoping that somebody out there might say, well, geez, this guy. I need to, you know, I don't want to be in the same boat as this loser here. um, and then there's other things too. There's a few tests that I haven't had yet, but there's a few that you know you just have to have. And I know that amongst guys, it's not they're not pleasant subject tests to have. And you guys out there, you know what test I'm talking about. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. If it bothers you so much, just realize this. It's not that great for the doctor either. So just you're it's necessary. Thankfully in my procedures I didn't have anything come up. So I was fine, but if if it had been differently, you know, it would have probably saved my life. So I just say, don't be embarrassed. Talk to your doctor. Ask questions. They don't expect you to know everything. Ask. You don't know. You don't have a doctorate degree. Even doctors go to doctors. So I mean, just ask. But obviously, more importantly, go in for that appointment. Schedule that checkup. If you've got a persisting pain that you just can't, go in. Check it out. Get a regular checkup. It's worth it. You know how the old saying is, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? It is. It is. Because there's so many things that you could stop early that will prevent so much worse damage to you later on. Now, I'm trying to keep this short. I hope that it's something that, I mean, obviously I could talk about it because I have a cornucopia of health issues. But this is obviously something that I really want to get out there to y'all. And that I'm hoping that it's something that you can take. Something that you can take home and realize that, yeah, this is good. I need this information and I'm going to go. So I hope that the rest of your weekend is good and you're doing good. Do this for me. Do it for yourself. You'll thank yourself for it. You have a very good time out there. And thanks for being with me. And thanks for listening to me ramble on once again. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.